Hello, Mom One. So you were asking about headaches and things like that, and I got a feeling that I should share again what I shared about how to stop the noise, etc., etc. So, number one, the scripture I got from the Nephilim, which are real, but it's not. It's different to what the people say it is. These beings are different. They're not. They can do a whole bunch of stuff, but they are far older than us, and they just everything is much cooler. Anyway, the scripture was, "Be still and know that I am God," and I had to keep saying that to myself, and I had to keep reminding myself, "I am one. I am one." See, what happens is with all this chatter that starts happening, um, you divide against self. But all it is you've taken part of your own body. It's not them, it's up your body that is being raped, actually. You are having to disassociate to make room for another person like that talking to you within in order to accommodate such a practice. That's what happens. So then it even gets worse. They've put programming, and it's not only from humans though, it's from other places as well. Good places, places that have our best interests at heart. Um, Programming in your code, in your words, every word that you have in every language, every item of food, it really goes deep. And like the mayonnaise and the or veggie, and there's a reason for that. It's not just disgusting or whatever. There's a reason that it's there, right? And this is how you evolve and do this part of the human walk. But this is very much that time, because when that person comes the key, then a whole bunch of stuff can happen. I don't know too much more than that. I can't ask because it's too overwhelming. These beings are very powerful. They run Earth, and they are the most beautiful beings I know. I have complete access to them all the time, 24/7, and we're always in communication. So we're very close. I can feel them closer than I feel a person standing outside of me. It's within. The departed can do it too, but not like this. See, it's different like that, where it's done and it's ordained. The way that this is going on, it damages your brain. So the codes, there's weird codes that get put there. The Pentagon and stuff will need to be forthcoming, but stuff has already started happening on the TVs is reversing this. So it's actually working. A lot of people are working very hard. Um, there's codes to program thought processes and paragraph structures and such into your mind. This is real. And there's trigger phrases. So when you reach certain points as you're coming back out of this, because it puts you in a disassociated state, okay? Um, Humans are nowhere near ready to communicate on this level. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this to each other. You see? That wouldn't be there if we were ready for it, because it wouldn't be there. um, Anyways, so again, these people are forcing information into your brain, and it is an outside, external source that is penetrating your mind and making you believe that it's coming from within. It's not. There is a difference. There is stuff happening. So you have to reprogram your neural pathways, because that's what they've done. Even watching TV, there's adverts and it goes high up, but they don't tell the people that are doing the adverts. So it's very covert, and like the news presenter will read a script that's got this in it, but she won't be aware of that. But the people that wrote the script, at the top, they're aware of it, or something like that. So half these people are innocent. So you have to be careful now where you you go. It's getting to that time. So number one, be still and know that I am God. You just keep repeating that. And you'll start to override the second voice. You'll override it. You'll see it gets bad. It starts off all nice and then eventually it ends up as a fight because your body is rejecting this idea. You are one. You are not divided. You are one. You are one. So you can do this with beings and with, there will come a time where this happens naturally with us. But what you are experiencing is a spirit doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing, to be honest. And a lot of the times, well, for God's chosen, remember, this is not a game. This is not, I've waved my magic wand and now it's okay. You're earning your stripes. Those people that are in the pound seats were the ones that listened in the beginning and really started and done something. That no one is here that is here because of anything else. No money, no nothing. You can't buy this. You earn it. Right? So I've been chosen as that face. That has happened. It will transpire. No one else can do that. Mom one's fully aware of that. They don't know how to handle me. They understand that power is being given to me to rule now. They're not stupid. There's only so much that you can do before things go very bad. She's more aware of that than any of you because she's in that seat. She's been there for a while. She's not going anywhere. So yes, Mom one, fuck all the meditation shit. You have to reprogram and the best way to do it is to do it like I told you. No, you switch the music off for a while and you've trained your brain. So you're going to start to work it back. Now, as you work it back and you become one again, you'll realize that you've got a second perspective now, that it's not a normal human ability. You've changed and evolved the person that you are. And this ability can be used to channel information now between realms and dimensions. This is real. You'll start to experience the spirit realm more and more and more. The associations in your brain and other such things will be triggered and you'll know it's them. That's no human, it's real. They'll help heal you, but they're not mocked. You don't summon them. You don't act like you know more. They are very much your masters until they say otherwise. That is how I've gone through this. And I'm still alive. Right? They don't owe you anything. They are fair, beyond fair. They are patient, they are loving, and they are very real. They have emotions. If you think this is just going to be a free-for-all, you'll be left very delusional or in a very deluded state, not knowing who you are anymore. Things will go awry in your life. This is the real deal. This is real. Okay? It's happening. If you don't toe the line, then you can all go live on your own somewhere in your own country, some fuck-up place, because you won't match us anymore. You're going to become so incompatible, it's not even funny. That is pretty much what you become. You sit there in jobs that you can't do anymore, and you don't relate to the world around you, you cut yourself off, you're isolated, you look like a fool, you feel inept in everything you do, and then you project that on everyone around you. You know, and you ask for pats on the back and things like that. No, that's what happens. But you'll never change who you are inside. You won't even bother looking at yourself. You can't. You don't know how. That's the truth of it. It's how disconnected you are. How are you going to reconnect yourself? Do you know how? No, you don't. The truth is you don't. If God doesn't do it for you, it's not going to happen. He jumpstarts you. So, Mom one, be still and know that I am God. You keep repeating that to yourself and you start to override. You form the new neurological pathway. This is an experiment where you can start to really understand your mind. You form the new pathway. Stop fighting. No more fighting with the inner voice at all. Don't disagree with it at all. It's going to say nasty things because the truth is there's parts of you that really hate yourself. So when that voice becomes too strong, those parts start speaking back to you. See? So again, those that are working with us will have a guided tour of how to do this and really be helped by the spirit realm. They're very cool. And those that are more and more sincere, and as you grow closer, you'll understand what I'm saying and how the whole world opens up to you. It's free of charge. It's the biggest load of bullshit out. It's not. We are not cheap. We don't need friends. We don't need that. Money will come. It will come, or I'll fucking live on the street and I'll be just as content. Because it comes from within, and you can't steal that from me. The truth is that human bodies can change very quickly. We've got a walking chemical lab. And if we start to really master our bodies, we can start to trip on anything we want. And then we can manufacture ourselves within our own bodies. Stupid psychologists are feeling very inept at the moment, very outdated or redundant, which you very much are in a big way, because you really have to start to go within. Your bullshit psychobabble is what it is, right? Is old now. I'm showing you up worldwide. Okay? You are disconnected as a collective. Psychologists are disconnected because of all the crap you believe. One of the most walled up people you can find. But the truth is that you can't try to bring healing into someone's life if you yourself are not connected. You can only give what you are, what you have. If you are not love, you can't give love to somebody. If you're not loved yourself, if you haven't loved yourself, you've never built a grid of reference for what love is. Where does love start? With God. Who is God? Where does honor start? Because you are not the Almighty, but you within His body, His suit, His construction of a human body, His designs, His blueprints, every hair, every platelet, every cell, every DNA strand is all His design, not yours. And you use it every day. It's a gift. You know that because somewhere in your heart that actually resonates because you know that you've been given life. And it's not yours to do with what you want. It's not. It's a poor reflection on the gift giver. So, you agree with everything that the voice says because it becomes like a fight. Anyway, and you start to rebuild the neural pathways. Every time the voice tries to divide you, so these are some of these preconditioned phrases or whatever that they put in us. And it's there, man. Anyway, it's done for actually an overall good reason. There's a reason for that, but you'll see. Whenever the voice, whenever the voice speaks, and a situation arises with communication within where you are spoken to in a way that you would need to isolate yourself from yourself in order to create two people, one being the foreign entity speaking to you. When that happens, you reinforce every time, without fail, I am one, and you will feel your brain change almost immediately. It's one of your core beliefs. You're starting to understand what it is to be a transcendent being now. You can do this in a couple of hours. It's actually not that difficult. But to get there is hectic. It causes you to go within. You can't stop it once it starts, blah, 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 blah. So there's that. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Say thank you to the Nephilim and show interest in this. There are beings out here and you don't know who they are. The truth is they might not even be called the Nephilim. They do that as a courtesy to you, to give you an archetype or a grid of reference to work with, that type of a being. But make no mistake, this is not your planet alone. You are still respected as a race, but it's our planet. When you get to the point that you are affecting our planet and every one of us are suffering and you don't listen, then there's going to be consequences. For reasons unknown, there's a reason that Julian is Julian. There is one that comes that shows and displays the signs that I do. There is one that we've waited for a long time. This is a common consensus now, right? Among the nations. It's not a travesty what's happening because of the sensitive nature of the case, but the reluctance to financially help in some creative way is astounding. A lot of spitefulness, but overall progress nonetheless, so thank you. So yes, keep it simple sentences. When you start to trigger, the trigger points usually cause you to start to fight again. It will be on an argument or a topic around an argument, and you'll start fighting. Why did you say that? Dude, it wasn't me, it was you. That whole thing. And again, just I'm one. And the more you embrace and try to become friends again, the more this will start to dissipate and you'll start to reform the new neurological pathway. You'll just use your own mind to start to speed up your process to write a new neurological pathway until you're doing it many times in one day. You can start to do it within a couple of minutes. And trust. But yeah, it really is real. I'll never be the same now. But anyways, I'm doing very well. Like very, very well. So, yeah.